Hi, Craig. Welcome back.
Thank you, Max. It's good to be here in what we're calling the free speech cage.
Yes, here you're able to talk about anything, and I think today we're going to talk about some new flags that you have for your bicycle.
We're going to talk about the flags, Max, but when you talk about talking about anything, that's really the substance of this conversation and our ongoing conversation about what one says in public, how it's received, and how that brings other people into the conversation. So yes, I have some new flags.
Okay, can you?
Can I explain them?
Yeah.
Yes, I am the person with the flags on the bicycle in the greater Boston area. And of course, for a long time, I've had a couple of 2x3 flags, various ones, things like children are sacred, guns are not, the sort of flag that my church refused to put in front of it way back when, before I left it. Others say no kings, or Trump isn't my king, things like that. And I've been flying them for quite a while. And you see a version of that in many places where people put them usually on a pickup truck, and it's usually, some big red offensive pro-Trump or pro-Republican flag. I don't really have a car that I drive around, so I put it on my bicycle. And the challenge is, yeah, it's a great flag, it's a great message, but it's outside the norm of what people expect, and finding the balance between promoting an important message and being viewed as a kook is difficult. And so the new flag I got, which is a bigger flag, it's 3x5, says invoke the 25th, which we are long past the point of needing to revoke the 25th. I don't think anyone who views Trump and reads about him thinks that the man is anything but completely unhinged. He should go. So I put that on my trailer. And so now I look even more sort of like a traveling circus performance art. But the message is clear. And so I get feedback from people as I bicycle by.
Right. I mean, this is just so viewers understand. Early on, during when Biden or Harris were running, your thing was like all the Trump supporters have flags and signs on their lawns and their cars, but the Democrats have none, and this is a big problem.
A huge problem, Max. I call it the roadside revolution. I do a lot of long distance biking, and as soon as I got two or three turns off of an interstate, if one were driving, you would see a variety of different type of fuck Biden. And this was months after the election. Impeach Biden, Trump's revenge tour, a huge variety, sometimes holding name, often glossy, all over the place. And so if you lived in that area, the only thing you saw as you drove around were these pro-Trump, anti-Biden messages. And that's not an echo chamber. That isn't something that you search out online or on the radio. That's something you can't avoid seeing. And so that message went unanswered for years in all of America. And my feeling all along has been we liberals have to have our own set of messaging, the same type of messaging. And I don't really drive that much, so I put it on my car. Sorry, I put it on my bicycle.
Right. So, I mean, the way I sort of look at it is that I think to many bystanders, you might look like, so only, not extremist isn't the wrong word, but a little bit out there. But it's only because everybody's doing so little. Like if everybody was, like right now we're coming up to the midterms, and I still don't see any signs in these neighborhoods saying vote Democratic or vote, no kings or stuff like that. The signs still aren't out there. And I think that's pushing you to do your signs even bigger on your bike because so little is being done elsewhere.
You're right about that. You're a little bit wrong about the midterms. The true midterms are in a year. But nonetheless, the messaging that Republicans put out on their signs started the day after Biden got elected. It started with Trump's insurrection. It started with all of that. We wait until a month before an election to start getting our message out. That is not going to take time to cook. It just doesn't work very well. So yes, I'm like, man, this isn't working. What more can I do? I need more signs. I need bigger signs. I don't want more offensive signs. My signs are, I think, pretty tame. And so this does start making me look like a kook. And I'm nervous about that because sometimes the message and the way it's messaging are conflated. And folks may look at me and say, well, that's a crazy guy on the bike. But on the other hand, what else can I do? The option is to do nothing. That's not an option. I do get a lot of people saying, oh, I like your sign. I do get people aggressively telling me the opposite as well. And One of the things I don't get, unfortunately, is I don't get people saying, "Oh, I like your sign. Let's get together and coordinate on messaging, on getting more signs out." That's not what I get. So the no king signs, we see them all over Lexington. That's kind of benign. It's almost code for we don't like Trump. The Republican messages, those are really, really, really clear. It's fuck Biden, fuck Democrats. Democrats are taking your money. Super, super clear. We need to be consistent, clear, and super, super, super common all over the place to counter that sort of messaging.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thanks for dropping by, Craig.
It was my pleasure, Max. I'm sure we'll talk about this again.